Hey y'all, and welcome back to Caitlyn's Corner. So this week we've got a new theme, and our theme this week celebrates the bees. So have you seen the little bees buzzing by, landing on flowers? Well, they have a special purpose to us, and August 15th is Bee Appreciation Day, so we've got some buzzing books for you. So today we're going to get started with, are you a bee? Are you a bee? Probably not. So if you're ready, we're going to get started. Are you a bee? Perhaps you are a honeybee. If so, your mother is a queen bee. She looks like this, and she lays the eggs. There's the queen bee. Your life began inside one of her eggs. When you hatch, you're not a pretty sight. You are a larva. So there's the larvas. Your older sisters bring food, eat it, and grow. Grow until you fill your cell. One of your older sisters puts a wax sealing on your cell. So, got to put the wax on these cells. Okay? So there's the stages of the larva growing into the bee. Inside your closed cell, you change a lot. When you're ready, chew a hole in the ceiling and climb out. Now you look like a bee. So, there's that bee climbing out of its cell. There's the bee. You have a hairy body with stripes, 6 legs, and 4 wings. You have 2 feelers on your head. You have a stinger. You are not alone. You have a few hundred brothers and thousands of sisters. Wow. Can you imagine having that many brothers and sisters? Thousands? You live in a nest built by your older sisters. Your nest might be in a hollow tree. So do you see the nest? There's the nest. It might hang down from a tree branch. Most likely it will be inside a hive. So there's the hive. Your brothers are drones. They don't do much. You and your sisters are workers. You do everything. You clean the nest, feed the larva, take care of the queen, and build the new cells. That's a lot of work, isn't it? You fan the nest with your wings to cool it in the summer. You guard the nest to keep out strange bees. Busy, busy, busy. So busy as a bee. Leave the nest to fetch food from flowers. How will you know where to look? Your sisters will make a dance to tell you. Watch the dance carefully. Don't worry, you'll understand it. You're a bee. So the sisters communicate by making up a dance to find the best flowers. There's a sweet liquid in flowers. It's called nectar, and it's hidden deep, 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 deep inside. This is not a problem. You have a long tongue. You can reach it. You also have a special stomach to carry it in. You'll get pollen dust all over you. Scrape it off with your front legs and put it in the pollen baskets on your back legs. So, bees eat the nectar from the flower, but they also pick up the pollen dust when they land on the flowers. When you get home, your sisters will help you put the nectar and the pollen into storage cells. Mix some of the nectar with pollen to make bee bread. Leave the rest of the nectar to turn into honey. Bee bread is good to eat. So is honey. If you find a new patch of flowers, be sure to tell your sisters. How? Dance, of course. More eggs hatch, more larvae turn into bees. The nest gets very crowded. What will happen next? The old queen, your mother, leaves. She takes you and a lot of your sisters with her. Deep in the nest, a royal larva is hatching. She is in a different kind of cell, and she is fed rich food called royal jelly. When she becomes a bee, she is a young queen. She flies away and mates with drones from another nest so that she can lay eggs. When she flies home again, she will be the new queen bee. So now they're getting a new queen bee. Fly with your sisters, follow the old queen. Stay together, you are part of a swarm. When the queen stops, swarm around her. Now you must build a new nest, but where? Maybe the queen will send scout bees to find a good place. Or maybe a beekeeper will find you and take you all to an empty hive. Why is the beekeeper dressed like that? Why is the beekeeper dressed like that? In case you get flustered and try to sting. So that's to protect the beekeeper. However, if your mother looks a little like this, or this, or this, you are not a bee. You are, if your mom looks like that, what are you? A human child. You do not have a hairy body with stripes on it. You do not have a long tongue. You do not have a stinger. It is very unlikely that you have hundreds of brothers and thousands of sisters. Yeah, that's probably not likely. But you can do a lot of things that a bee cannot do. You can still eat bread and honey, but you'll never have to fetch your food from flowers. Best of all, you don't have to be busy all day long. Bees work super hard. Did you know bees are happy to live in a hive because the beekeeper has already built part of the nest for them? If bees live in a hollow tree, they have to build the whole nest themselves. A worker bee can sting only once. Then it dies, but a queen bee can sting many times. Bees carry pollen from flower to flower on their furry bodies. The pollen from one flower rubs off onto others and makes seeds, which will grow into new plants. The average worker bee makes 1.5 teaspoons of honey in her lifetime. So that's just a spoonful and a half. That's not very much for one bee. So it takes a bunch of bees to make that sweet honey that we all love. Alright, and that's the end of this story. So this one was a non-fiction story, so it has true facts and information. So I hope you enjoyed this one and learning about these great creatures, bees. Thank you so much for tuning in. I will see y'all tomorrow. Bye.